Welcome to the program. I hope you don't get tired of me saying welcome to the program, because it's hard for me to start without letting you know that I'm glad you're here. So, welcome to the program. I want to go back a little bit to the old camp meetings. There's still camp meetings around, but I'm afraid that they're doing away with them, and I'm sure that a lot of the feeling of the camp meetings has left us. Camp meetings of old, see, there was not a lot of places. Oh, there was a lot of places to go, but a lot of places we didn't want to go. And camp meeting was the biggest thing in our lives. Of course, once a year we'd have general conference, and some could go and some could not afford to go. But anyway, camp meeting, oh, it meant so much in the way of fellowship. You didn't have Facebook and all this stuff. And you saw people and you made friends while you at the camp meeting. And you didn't get to see them for a whole year. And you just had a feeling that you just couldn't wait. How am I going to not go for a whole year? When we was living in Texas, Dallas and all, we'd go down to Lufkin to the camp meeting, and if we didn't have, not everybody had a cabin, so we'd stay in the Angelina Hotel, and I realize now it wasn't probably rated that high, but the Angelina Hotel was big to us. And we just couldn't wait to we didn't stay in hotel rooms, and that was a treat to us. And we'd get there and see all the people. You couldn't hardly wait to see everybody. Have you seen so-and-so yet? No. Have you seen so? Yeah, I saw so-and-so a little while ago. They want to see you. Yeah, everything. Oh, it was so exciting. And Brother V.A. Gidrose would bring morning devotion, morning meds they call it, morning meditation. You'd have to get up early for that. But it was worth it. He didn't preach, he just kind of talked. And they said that he didn't study for it. He talked out of his heart the things that he had read all year and studied all year and felt all year. But I want to tell you, everybody wanted to hear Brother Gidrose. Well, you know, over in Louisiana, that was the original. That was where we first started going to camp meeting as young boys and so forth. No, I had dinner. They furnished dinner. And Sister Ruth was over the cooks and the head cook. And oh, could she cook? Well, could she cook? And it was so good to go in the cafeteria. And everything was free as free will offerings and that sort of thing. Sister Ruth. And, well, everyone dressed up for camp meeting. They were at their best. People would laugh, I'm sure now. They dressed up to the nines, to the T. Suits and ties, and the ladies wore their finest, and they had their hair done the very best. It was camp meeting time. Oh, what a day. What a day. And that preaching, could hear what was considered the best preachers in the fellowship would come. I remember C.B. Dudley came from Canada. I remember what he preached. He preached the robe that Jesus would not wear or could not wear, or one or the other. And everybody was wanting to stand up and holler. They was wanting to stand up and praise God. And they was hollering amen. And he said, hold it, hold it, hold it. Don't, not now. And he brought that sermon down. He said, we'll turn you loose in a little while. We'll turn you loose. But right now, and they'd raise back up against it. And he'd, now hold on, now hold on. And he was preaching. Oh, everybody was so excited. And people remembered that sermon for years. And finally he said, okay, worship the Lord. And the power of God was everywhere. What a time. What a time. Camp meeting. It was a limited amount of politics. Just everybody was so glad to see each other and glad to be there. And they was there for the preaching and the worship and the fellowship. But you know, back before that, the first camp meeting that I knew that was told to me, I believe the first camp meeting that we're talking about is Oakdale, Louisiana. And Uncle Wilburn, he wasn't in the church. His wife was. She helped start our church. But Uncle Wilburn drove a school bus. And he would take everybody on the school bus to the meetings. He'd sit in the bus and smoke till everybody got back. Of course, I wasn't born then. I remember people going on his bus, but what a time. And he took them to the camp meeting. I believe it was Oakdale, and take them every night. That was the place to where they were preaching, and all of a sudden, you see, it was a tabernacle type. The sides were not enclosed, and everybody saw chickens running down for the side of the tabernacle, and all the preachers jumped up right in the middle of the sermon and chased those chickens down and caught them, because you see, that's all they were going to have for dinner, and they had to have those chickens. You didn't go to McDonald's. You didn't go to the cafeteria. You didn't go to the restaurant. You didn't have anything brought in. You didn't have pizza. Pizza wasn't even in existence in our country then. Might not have been anywhere. And they had to catch those chickens. It was at that camp meeting that my folks, my mom and dad, they only had one pair of shoes between them. And they didn't look like ladies' shoes nor men's shoes. They were just shoes. And that's the only pair of shoes they had that was fit to wear to a special meeting. So Mama would stay home one night and Dad would go and wear the shoes. And then the next night, Dad would wear the shoes. And they just traded out on. And you know they wanted to go bad. Both of them wanted to go bad. But they didn't have but one pair of shoes. Now it's gotten to the place to where folks might have 20 pair of shoes in their closet, but none of them head towards any kind of a camp meeting. Oh, what a day. What a day. I'm not asking for all of that to come back. I'm not asking to have just be so poor you just have one pair of shoes. I'm not deifying that. But I am talking about a rich and wonderful fellowship that somehow or another it'd be so good if we could adapt it to what we're doing now. God bless you.